Hello everyone, welcome. I'm finally in the Washington Cascades at Ingalls Lake in the Alpine Lakes Wilderness, and today we'll be ascending the south ridge of Ingalls Peak. As always, I want to give a disclaimer. Climbing is inherently dangerous. I don't know your experience or skill level, and I can't make a risk assessment for you, but hopefully this video can help you make that risk assessment. It was a short and simple approach into Ingalls Lake, about 4 miles and some change. And from here, I'm turning to my left and I'm scrambling up some slabs. But just a minute ago, I saw the pinnacle that I was aiming for in the saddle between Ingalls and South Ingalls. I can't quite see the saddle from here, but there is a small trail and some cairns to mark the route. I went around to the right of this pinnacle, and I think I could have gone either way, but the scree slope has turned into some stable rocks. I have a clear view of the saddle, and I think I see exactly where to start the first pitch at. Just before reaching the actual saddle, like the northeast corner, I'm looking to my right and I can see the first pitch. I know it's a little bit hard to see from this angle, but I started out in the small crack just to the left of the big crack, and then when they converged, I traversed over between them. So I probably could have just entered the big crack down lower as well. A lot of accounts refer to this next little scrambling section here as pitch 2, though I do believe it is just more of a scramble, and then the hard part will be just above us. I stayed to my right and scrambled up the, I think it's serpentine rock, a little bit slippy, but if you wanted to have fun, you could take the cracks on the left. Better rock over there too, at the base of pitch 3. There are 2 cracks on the red rock toward the left. I think the one on the left is the easier of the 2. Good footholds. A lot of good places for the feet. Okay. And here, out onto the edge, just be careful with some of the slippy rock. But the handhold here the handholds here are good. Okay. Onto the first little ledge. I think this here will be I think this will be the difficult part. Have to briefly move out of the crack, I think, but this is where I don't want to down climb. So I actually went down and I scouted out the the southwest ramps route, because I don't want to have to down climb this area. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move my feet to the left. Keep my hand in the crack. Okay, foot holds above. I'm gonna use the friction here. Okay, another little ledge to take a little break on. Okay, that's a little bit loose. We want to be careful putting weight there, but the holds under my feet are still solid. Okay, big step. Still good footholds. Okay, long reach to my right. And I think that's the worst of it. Okay. I hope I recorded all of that. This last little section I've heard referred to also as pitch 4. But much like pitch 2, it's more of a scramble and then a little awkward move to pull yourself up on a rock at the end. And from the top of the 4th pitch, very short scramble to the summit. It's immediately in view. The good news from here is that there is an easier route down on the southwest ramps. I did scout that out beforehand because I knew it might be dangerous down climbing this south ridge. And in hindsight, good decision. I would not have climbed this if I had to descend the same way. Now, to reach the southwest ledges, we begin by going northwest off of the summit block, and there's a small tower down beneath me that I'm heading directly towards, and a little climber's path going that way. Once we're down in the notch, turn to the left, and a little climber's trail goes right along the hillside on a little ledge. There is a little bit of exposure here and some loose rock, but still it's a real short and relatively easy descent. Following ledges on the hillside, and down to my right there's a small tree, and then down by the tree there's a rappel anchor, and that's the way we'll scramble down. A little bit steep, but the ramp does have a lot of grip. And under the ramp you'll see another rappel anchor at the top of this friction slab, which is thankfully not as bad as it looks. I was able to get good grip and move myself down on both hands and feet. From where I am, it's a short walk on some loose scree back to the saddle, or also there's a shortcut up to the top of pitch 1 from here. I'm back on the Ingalls, South Ingalls saddle. From here, just a short rock hop down to the lake, and then easy walking back to the trailhead. So, but yeah, that was Ingalls Peak, South Ridge. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it useful for planning your own trip. As always, I love your feedback. What did you like? What can I do differently? And what other peaks and routes would you like to see? Okay, bye.